Welcome to Vigo. The Spanish town on the north coast marks the very start of my Camino de Santiago, solo in June with everything I own in this backpack. Over the next 6 days, I'll be walking just over 100 kilometers from Vigo to Santiago de Compostela along the Portuguese coastal route. I've been saying how I've wanted to do this for years now, and now here I am in Vigo. It's official. I am walking the Camino de Santiago. Come along for part one of this journey where I'll take you through my first few days, how I settle in, is it what I expected, is it harder, is it easier? Probably not likely. Either way, it's going to be one hell of an adventure, so let's start walking. Two quick criticisms of my past self already. Thought it'd be fun to have my hair down for the first day while it's washed and fresh. Already regretting that. I'm going to tie it up any minute now. And past me decided that this castle in Vigo, Castella de Castro, the highest point in the town, would make a great starting point. And it does. It's beautiful. And you have 360 views over the whole town. But it did mean an additional 30-minute walk uphill to start here. But at least this means I get to walk downhill now to go from here to my official starting point on the actual Camino route, where I will also pick up my pilgrim passport. Very important first step. If you can't tell from my sweaty appearance, it is very hot already, but it is 20 past 10, so this will hopefully be the latest start I'll have for the whole week. And that is because I flew into Santiago de Compostela last night, got in really late, so stayed there and then got the train here to Vigo this morning. So I'm behind schedule because of that extra logistics, especially because there's a heat wave here this week. Going to get up to about 34 degrees apparently. I'll definitely be starting early to beat that heat. Don't regret starting up here though, because these views are beautiful. I can kind of see towards where I'll be heading over the next couple of days. Okay, I managed to keep my hair down to film the intro, but it's too hot. It has to go up. I will most likely every day from now on put it in plaits, just like get it totally out of the way. It's the most comfortable. Wow, I'm hot. Okay, pick you up again when I get my passport. Ta-da! We fill it out and then we get started. This little corner shop is where I bought my pilgrim passport. I got that info off of a Reddit feed that they sold them. And now I've looked at the official route and I have a general idea of which way to go. And then after that I'm going to try just follow the shell signs and the yellow arrows and stuff and see if that's enough to actually get me there. Fingers crossed. There's the first sign. Okay, so it is 10:45 and I am officially on my way. Actually walking in the direction of Santiago de Compostela. I have about 3.5 hours of walking ahead of me today, I think, to my hostel. I booked a hostel for tonight just so that I had that organised for myself for today, and I knew I'd obviously be quite late. So the hostel is sort of between Redondela and Sessante, but because I'll be walking into the hottest part of the day, I'm expecting lots of breaks between now and then. But it's fine. I'm not in a hurry today. I'm forcing myself to be chill and not rush. Just enjoy it and settle into what will be my daily routine for the next 6 days. So by the looks of it, we have the first scenario of the route I'm following bringing me on a weird little detour. That's not just the most direct road to get to where I'm going. And by the looks of it, it just brought me downhill for me to have to go back uphill again. But at least it's these nice little back streets and it feels like we're actually getting out of the city now, which is nice. Oh, okay, uphill. I haven't seen really any other pilgrims yet. I suppose because I'm hours behind where they would all likely be right now, except for one couple who are cycling who stopped to ask me if they were going the right way. And thankfully I gave them the correct advice. Hopefully there'll be somewhere soon for me to sit in the shade and reapply some sun cream, and then hopefully not too far away either, there'll also be somewhere to have lunch, because I'm getting pretty hungry already. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Okay, let's find that shade. And if that whole segment sounded a bit scripted, it's because I filmed it all in slow motion, which means there'd be no audio, so I had to redo it. So I have stopped for lunch. like 2 minutes after I last spoke to you for free. Oh, they're hot. No idea what it is. I'm wondering if it will have meat in it. The first bocadillo of many of this trip, I'm sure. This is really tasty. No idea what it is. If anyone knows what it is, let me know in the comments. Okay, we're back out moving and walking again. And I was starting to get in my head and get really worried about how hot it is and how little distance I've covered so far. But that cafe has just lifted my spirits because one, it was only $4.90 for a sandwich and water and those little free pastry things. I got my first stamp from them. Yay! And my hands are full. Oh my gosh. Because he just handed me a whole pile of lollipops. Okay, I'm gonna put you away and not think about capturing the scenery or anything for a while and try just cover some ground. Pick you up in a bit. I just passed a different fountain that had a sign saying it wasn't drinking water. This one doesn't have a sign, so hopefully that means it's fine. It won't make me sick. As you can see, I am having some vertical time. I hope you can hear me because there is a waterfall. It's quite loud. But I have come into this forest section, which has beautiful tree cover, so I'm taking advantage of the shade. It actually feels a good bit cooler here, which is really nice. And I'm also taking one of the main tips I got from people, which is when you take a break, take your shoes and socks off. Let your feet breathe. Let your socks air out a little bit if they've gotten kind of wet from sweat. And I'm just going to enjoy this because honestly, this is what I've been looking forward to on the Camino. I don't want to spend every day racing to my destination. I want to just like sit and enjoy it. Like I'm just sat here resting, airing out my feet, enjoying the lollipop that the cafe owner gave me, listening to the waterfall and staring up at the trees in the sky. It's really nice. I wonder what time it is though. It's after 1 p.m. now. But one of the main things actually, I checked the type of map that shows you your altitude. I forget the word. Anyway, Buen Camino has that. So I can see that I've finished the big massive uphill for today. I finished that a while ago. And now I just have a nice flat section until a nice big downhill into Redondela, which is just before where my hostel is. And I think I'm more than halfway through now. And I've passed some more pilgrims on the route, which makes me feel a bit better too. Let's take a look at this waterfall. Quick selfie with the waterfall and then we move again. This is cute. So this is where I started and that's where I'll finish tomorrow. Pontevedra. Over here, Redondela 7 kilometers. So I have just more than 7 kilometers today. I hadn't looked up to realise, but I actually smelt it. This is one of the portions of eucalyptus forest. They're so tall. Whoa! It smells really good. It smells fresh and clean, which I probably already don't smell anymore. Something I probably should have said actually at the very beginning of today, before I started walking, is that I'm a sweaty gal on the best of days. Like, I had sweat marks on my t-shirt just on my travel day going through the airport. So the level of sweat that you're going to see throughout this week is going to be quite high. I'm going to have sweat marks all over my body. So if you're grossed out by that, sorry, that's just life. People sweat. Maybe you should get over it, to be honest. Hello. It's been a minute since I picked you up. I've spent the last 30 minutes or so maybe. I'm just in this abandoned mill of some kind, right by a main road, which I will be walking in the shoulder of for the next section, only for a few minutes, but that was kind of one of the main things that convinced me to stop and take another break, because my body was definitely telling me that I need a break. Even though I think there's only like just over 30 minutes left to my hostel, but I couldn't push through. So I've just been lying here. I've got my shoes and socks off again. I lay down and I kind of wanted to fall asleep, but I didn't. Now, before I get up and go, I'm going to attempt to eat this really, really melted snack bar, because I can feel some hunger kicking in, and then we'll get moving again. Wow. You can just see biscuit. It's like completely melted off. This is hitting the spot. Apologies. The filming for today has been pretty hectic, pretty chaotic. I promise I'll get better a couple of days in. But it's now 10 to 7. I'm waiting for my sandals to dry here in the sun to walk to dinner. I found a restaurant 5 minutes away, which is handy. Definitely didn't have the energy today to like think about cooking something, so I'll cook tomorrow. But my hostel is absolutely stunning, and there's AC in the bedroom. I'm very excited to have AC and get a good night's sleep. But I struggled today for sure, and I'm struggling with the fact that I struggled. Because I'm like, it's only day one. How did I find it that difficult already? But I'm gonna choose to blame it on the heat. It's not due to be nearly as hot tomorrow, and I'm gonna get up super early to beat the heat. And tomorrow I'm also aiming to get a bed in a public hostel. So that'll be fun and a different experience to this. But this spot has like beautiful outdoor grounds. Everyone's just chilling outside. We'd probably even have a nice view of sunset from here, but I will not be staying awake long enough to watch the sunset. I think I'll get dinner, chill for a bit, and then I'll go sleep. I also hand wash my clothes. They're over here somewhere. And I don't know how I feel about whether they'll be dry in time. Fingers crossed. But I think unless anything crazy happens this evening, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's day 2 on the Camino. I have left the hostel at exactly 7 a.m. Sunset happened literally like 2 minutes ago. Sunrise, sorry. But it's behind mountains over there, so I can't see much. Just like the lovely pastel-y hues in the sky. It's lovely and quiet, it's lovely and cool. Like, it actually doesn't feel really hot and sweaty, which feels amazing. So quick check-in to start the day. How am I feeling? I'm feeling refreshed. I slept well, which is nice. I'm feeling full after breakfast. It was just toast and cereal, so I'm hoping I pass the shop soon. It'll be open so I can buy some fruit. I'm craving some fruit, any kind of fruit. My body's feeling good. My feet are fine, I think. The pain points for me right now are from the backpack. So here on my shoulders and where my hip belts are hitting. But that's obviously just because my body's not used to having a backpack on. Oh wow, it feels amazing to be walking in this temperature. I checked the temperature in the UV and I don't even need to put sun cream on until like 9 a.m. So I can walk for 2 hours, sun cream free. No greasiness mixing with all the sweat on my face. Today's journey is about 19 kilometers to Pontevedra, and I am attempting to get a bed in the public albergue there. It's a really big public albergue. I think they have between 80 and 100 beds, so I'm hoping that means I have a good chance at getting one of the beds. And I'm leaving nice and early, so that should be about 4 hours of walking, but I'm sure I will need breaks, so it'll take me longer. They don't open till 1 o'clock. But this will be my first experience with a public albergue, so that'll be fun too. I'll take you along for a nice early morning stroll. I have already turned off onto a little dirt track, and now all I can hear is the birds and a cockerel somewhere. Cockle-doodle-dooing. I think I see him. This is what I wanted from the Camino. I forgot to buy a shell on my first day when I got my passport. Because it was so hectic yesterday, I didn't get one either. I might try pick one up today, but would it be bad if I just took this one? Feels like that might be breaking a rule of some kind. I don't know what the rule is, but I'm not going to take it. I'll find my own. This is interesting. We actually have a choice of routes depending on how steep we want to go. I think I'll just take the shorter option. Some of these hills are no joke. Good old stretch for the calves, that's for sure. Just look at this. Oh my gosh. So today is off to a great start. I am 3.37 kilometers in. I'm just about to hit 50 minutes and I have my first hill of the day. Here's a look at the route profile for today. So it's actually about the same elevation as yesterday, but I'm doing it now at 7 to 8 a.m. rather than 12 to 1 p.m. And it's beautiful. There's loads of pilgrims around. I'm not chatting to anyone yet. I don't know how you like start up a conversation with people. We just passed a beautiful viewpoint. The sun is getting very close to coming over the mountain, I think. So I have to put my hat on and maybe apply some sunscreen pretty soon, but I'm feeling good. I have another hill of about the same elevation again, the second half of today, so. So far I am loving everything about today. The walk through the forests, the views, the sunrise. Now I'm in this little residential area in these tiny little streets, and all you can hear is this cockerel and all the neighborhood dogs, and it's only 8:30. Oh, I think this was the first thing I thought of about the Camino. It's that all these little towns, this town is called Arcade. I would never visit here if it wasn't for the Camino. I feel like this kind of travel where you're going through village to village, it's just really special. Seeing all these little sites in between the main tourist destinations. There's some cafes up ahead, so I'm going to stop for a break, get a coffee and a snack maybe, and use the toilet. Navigation has been really easy ever since I left Vigo. Being in that town area was hardest to navigate. I relied on my phone much more. Ever since then, there's yellow arrows and shells everywhere, literally everywhere. Today though, my Buen Camino app was telling me a slightly different route to what the arrows were telling me, so I followed the arrows, and then I did take an accidental little shortcut. I probably only cut a few minutes off, not even a kilometer. But so far very, very easy to navigate. I thought I was ordering a black coffee. I got an espresso instead. I also got 2 little treats. It was only 140. Got my shell. So now I just have to add it on. Ta-da! Every time I think to myself, wow, this is beautiful, this is probably going to be the highlight of my day, I end up in another spot, even more beautiful. This lush green forest, it's also mossy, and there's like music coming from somewhere ahead, like a windpipe instrument. Oh, I see him! Oh my gosh, so cool. Suddenly emotional. Freshly squeezed orange juice and a banana. That's very soft, but it's the best one they had in this very cute little cafe.
It was shortly after this break that I met my first few Camino friends, starting with an American woman who was sharing a massive punnet of cherries, which were really tasty. And then my first Camino friends that I walked with for the rest of the day, introducing Kaden and Chloe, who you will continue to see throughout this vlog. Not long before we got to our albergue, there was a split in the route and we chose the slightly longer route that brought us through a forest, following a winding river, and it was absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad we chose this option.
As you can see, we have made it to the albergue, pretty much guaranteed to get a bed based on the number of backpacks. This is the entrance here, so everyone is sitting around and all of our backpacks are in a little queue of the order that we arrived. And it's 12:15, it opens at 1, so we're just chilling here. It's not worth leaving and coming back, but it just feels great to take your shoes off, just get your feet out, stretch a little bit. I could beat myself getting stiff already. Today was so much easier, like crazy how much better I felt, but my feet were getting sore and tired by the end. I also made my first Camino friends, Chloe and Caden from England, so I was with them for like the whole second half, so we didn't break for the whole second half because time just kind of went so much quicker when we were chatting, which is really nice. So hopefully I'll have people to chat to, at least for portions of each day from now on, because it made a big difference. But I'm excited to stay in this municipal albergue and have that experience. It has 80 something beds, 84 or 86 maybe. Not many other facilities, it's pretty bare bones, but we're just outside of the town, so there's plenty of supermarkets and restaurants and cafes and stuff. I'm hungry, definitely getting hungry, gonna need some food soon. So yeah, day 2 of walking complete.
Baguettes all round.
It's quite good.
Today has been exactly what I expected of the Camino in all the best ways. So, and in fair, it's like a more typical Camino day than what my day one was like. From the getting up early and almost seeing the sunrise. I suppose with the location of where I am right now in the mountains being on the east, sunrise isn't very likely anyway, but it was still beautiful. Beating the heat felt amazing. Having all the other pilgrims on the trail with me, making my first Camino friends, stopping in cafes so I can use the toilet, getting my stamps, and then also arriving here nice and early in the day and having so much time. So we went out and explored the town, we went into the old town, we had a picnic in a park, and then we had a beer and played card games, and we bumped into an American woman who was a friend of the American woman who gave us cherries along the way, which was also really nice. And honestly, I kind of love the vibe of the public albergue. Like, yeah, it's very bare bones, there's nothing fancy or special about it, but it's the simple stuff. Everyone gets here and kind of has the same routine. It's like, find your bed, make up your bed, put your little tissue paper sheets on your bed, have a shower, maybe have a nap, go out and explore, get dinner, maybe have a few drinks. There's a communal area with a load of tables and everyone's eating and drinking right now. One man has a whole bottle of red wine, and he even has his own little wine glass, which I can't tell, like, I'm guessing is a plastic glass that he's carrying with him, which I love. Like, love that energy. I was person number 40 to check into this albergue, which I think it's nice to have that number so I can look ahead at other public albergues that I might want to stay at, figure out how many beds they are, and know that I need to pace myself and time myself similarly to get a bed if it's more than 40 beds, if you know what I mean. Whereas if it's an albergue with only 20 beds, I'm probably not going to make it unless I woke up especially early. But it's 9:15 already. Wow, no wonder I'm tired. I'm gonna just chill, maybe make a cup of tea, enjoy that in bed, and then try go to sleep soon, because I'm going to get up at a similar time tomorrow. The weather forecast is for only 22 degrees tomorrow. That sounds fabulous. And there's only one hill in the route tomorrow, so tomorrow should be smooth sailing. When I go back in now, I'll try really discreetly film a little walkthrough tour of the albergue so you can get an idea of what it looks like.
Depois liguei-lhe a seguir e o gelo é que bateu porque eu só tenho uma lá. Good morning.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Day 3. How are we feeling?
Awesome.
Yeah? Spirits are high.
The weather's nicer.
I've got a boo-boo on my big toe.
I've decided I'm going to do a couple things a little bit differently today. First off is I'm going to take my time and take as many breaks as I want when I come across nice places to have a break. Nice little cafes and stalls and things, because I'm in no hurry today. I have my hostel booked for this evening because I'm staying off stage in a town called Vigo, and my hostel has a pool. Looking forward to that later. And the other thing is I want to check my phone less and not look at the map and the route profile as much, so I know there's one big hill today. I'm trying not to look at the route profile to know when that hill is coming, when it's finished, when the downhill is happening. I'm gonna go with the flow, see what happens. The weather is very different today. It's really overcast and cloudy and kind of misty, which is nice. It's keeping us cool. And we have lots of tree coverage for shade again today, which is also very nice. Very much appreciated. I'll take it for you.
I was gonna say you would be an hour.
Aw, are you pretending to be a big scary boy? Oh, you're like a bear. Hi, doggy. Oh. It's a video.
Oh.
Camino!
Putting the camera down to get a shot and then having to run back and get it. It's getting more and more difficult each time. Blister under here.
Camino.
And they were. I can feel mine pulsating now that I've put something on it.
Yeah, I've some smaller ones.
Be a wind up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 it's running away from me. Come back.
I also like the circles because I don't really have anything.
The sun has come out and it is hot. Thankfully, I think this town right here is my stop for today. Bye! This might be my favorite hostel so far. Have I said that pretty much every night? Yes, but this one is so beautiful. I'll give you a tour. The outside area and everything is so nice. I'm the first one to check into my room and I got the individual single bed, ideal. And there's even like a shelf behind me for my stuff. Happy out. No AC. It feels kind of warm right now, but I'm warm because the sun just came out before I came in. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm ready to chill out. Although I'm hungry actually. I guess first I'll go sit outside somewhere cool and eat my lunch and then figure out everything else that I'm gonna do for the evening. So I ate one half of my roll. It's a lot of bread, so I feel kind of full after that. And I was very, very tempted to just lie down somewhere, either outside or in here, and have a nap. I'm not gonna do that because I need to shower, I need to wash my clothes, and I'd rather wash them now so they have the longest time to dry in the sun. So then I thought, while I have the room to myself, why don't I go through my albergue routine? I kind of skipped a step because I started unpacking my bag everywhere. So we need to undo that slightly, clear the bed again, and put the sheets on. There seems to be quite a variety of exactly what each albergue provides. So yesterday was a municipal albergue, so I knew that that was like bare minimum. This is a pre-booked private albergue. It's really lovely. You still like, they don't put the sheets on your bed. They don't, I think I only have like a
I have one sheet. Yeah, so I'll still use my sleeping bag liner. There's free breakfast, which wasn't advertised. Well, that'll be nice in the morning. Because I'm also in this like super small town. There's nothing really around, but thankfully the albergue does dinner. And they have a bar so I can get a drink or two. Have I mentioned yet that there's a pool? That's definitely going on this evening's agenda. Let's do this first. Oh yeah, I even got a towel here. That's actually really nice. And this big blanket, which I will not be using. Ta-da! Bed made. Step 1. Step 2. Plug in and charge some of my electronics. Next step, shower. Okay. Oh. Not bad at all. Okay, now I am washed, and the next thing on the to-do list is wash my clothes. Okay, awesome. They have this little shed with their full washer dryer and a little hand washing station. This looks like laundry detergent. Yeah. Will I use it? I also didn't spot it earlier, but there's usually always a little rack to leave your shoes / boots outside of the bedrooms. I guess just for cleanliness. Let's put them out there now. Gonna do a quick little bit of blister care on my feet, which are quite sore right now, and then it's nap time. Arguably the best part of this routine. So I'll pick you back up after my nap.
I like the idea of having my nap down here on this hammock, but 1, the sun is kind of on me and I don't have sun cream on, and 2, hammocks are never as comfy as you convince yourself that they are. So I guess I'll go back up to the room and chill.
I don't know if the nap is to blame, but spirits are pretty low right now. I'm having dinner at my hostel. They have a pilgrim menu with wine, which is actually really nice. And it's only €9 for one course. One main course. I've got a pasta salad, glass of wine, and a dessert. So I'm getting ice cream afterwards. Maybe the ice cream will lift my spirits. My feet are just very sore. I think I'm getting very in my head about tomorrow's walk. I have a plan. I potentially have a few different public albergues to choose from tomorrow, which is nice. I think I might just get up even earlier, go to bed really early tonight, and then get up even earlier tomorrow to have a really good chance at getting a bed in one of these albergues. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's being alone again. Feels like what my mental state was like on day 1, where I was like, oh, can I even do this? I feel like I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm also not getting in the pool because it seems like too much effort to change into my bikini and then shower again and walk around loads, because I really just want to put my feet up for the rest of the evening and not put any pressure on them whatsoever so that they can be back to normal by tomorrow. Is that how it works? Hopefully that's how it works. But I think considering I'm staying in such a small town where there's nothing to do or go see, this is kind of a typical Camino evening. Just gonna have my pilgrim menu meal, relax, get an early night and wake up and do it all again tomorrow. And the very last thing of my evening routine is lying in bed and making my plan for tomorrow. So I have that set. There's some options of municipal albergues depending on how far I feel like walking. Also how quickly I walk and whether I make it to them in time for all of the beds to already be taken. So I have a plan and a plan B and not quite a plan C, but I could make that up as I go if I need to. And it is almost 9 p.m. and I'm gonna read a bit of my book on my phone and then go to sleep, or at least try, so I can get as much sleep as possible tonight, because I think that's what I need. So see you in the morning. Morning routine is pretty simple. Pack up your bag in your room, and thankfully all of my roommates were awake and leaving at the same time as me. have breakfast if your hostel includes it. So I've got bread and jam, a cup of coffee, and some little snacks to take with me too. 6:10 in the morning. So I'll actually probably be on the road before sunrise today. I haven't put my shoes on yet. Kind of not looking forward to it. My right foot is really sore still. But we just gotta do what we gotta do. Right now, the only noise ruining the pure tranquility of this morning is squeak from my backpack. No idea if the camera will be picking that up or not. Okay, challenge. I'm gonna try not think about, not talk about the pain in my right foot for as long as I can and see if that helps me to just keep going, forget about it. Let's just pretend it's not there. I'm not gonna limp, I'm not gonna walk funny, I'm just gonna walk. Okay? Deal. I'm all on my lonesome again. Not even any other pilgrims on the trail right now. I feel like I might use my earphones, rely on some music as a bit of a crutch or podcast. Maybe another episode of I'm Grand Mam. Get me laughing a little bit. Might make me feel better. This is such a mental thing. It's my head that's holding me back. I'm psyching myself out, thinking of all the worst case scenarios. I felt so shit last night. I genuinely thought that I just wouldn't be able to get up and walk today. And it's just like so annoying because I was so sure that I was physically capable of this. This doesn't seem like a challenge that's actually outside of my capabilities. I'm blaming the heat on day one still. My feet were so swollen. That's the problem. Oh, my voice. Just coming through the next main town called Race, and it's beautiful. It looks really historic. Loads of like cobbled streets. Ooh, look at that. Oh, this one looks like it's a woman. We have found the other pilgrims. So just a couple days in, just over halfway, I think there's about 45 kilometers left from here to Santiago de Compostela, and I've had some highs and lows already. I'm feeling better this morning than I expected, so I have high hopes for part 2, which will take me from here to Santiago de Compostela, all of those highs and lows, some of the hardest stretches yet, some of the best views yet, and of course that super emotional last moment walking up to the cathedral. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the second half of this adventure and see how it goes, if I succeed or not. I hope you have a joyful week. I'll catch you in the next adventure, i.e. I'll be right back here and you'll be watching it in the next video.